Juicewell Productions.
How's it going, guys? I am Johnny from Juicewell Productions. We are here to do a review on the Skyhook RDTA box, aka the Aliens Cloud Machine. It's a RDTA box. Pretty basic. We're gonna jump right into it. Yeah. Alright, guys, start off. We have all sorts of information on the back here. Just basically a quick summary of what the Skyhook RDTA is. We got all sorts of stuff, you know, don't sell to minors, this could be poisonous, pregnant people shouldn't use it, non-recyclable. Oddly enough, it has a recyclable sign. Oh no, it is recyclable, do not throw it away. Alright, anywho, we have our scratch off for authenticity, the code, the model, all the SKU stuff, UPC, obviously made in China. SMOK is a Chinese company. Open it up. And inside we have the Skyhook RDTA box. And just to keep it dry, go over this in just a minute. Let's see what else is in it. Alright, so we got a bunch of extra goodies, all sorts of stuff. We have a silicone insulator, so you can run this in single coil mode if you would like to. Also comes with this secondary cap that has just the top airflow opposed to the top and bottom airflow, which is nice. A little adjusting to the people that don't want the bottom airflow. We got all sorts of extra O-rings, we got a Allen key, a couple extra Allen screws, some cotton to wick the actual device with, a warranty card, booklet to inform you on how to use it, and as always with SMOK products, we have, this is how your battery should look opposed to how your battery should not look. So nice that they're always doing that. Thank you, SMOK, teaching people how to use batteries properly. So put all this back in. Alright, guys, so started off with, does come with a little screen protector. I did take mine off of mine, but this one is just a factory one that is for reviewing purposes, basically. So we have the battery door. Basically what this is, if you don't know, is the Alien device, but with a internal built RDTA. So we got our battery door here. Little finger groove. I usually just use the base of my thumb. Pop open. Very clearly states positive, negative, battery A and battery B, which is something we'll look at a little bit later. And can't see it necessarily because it's a little dark in here, but we have the opposite of what these indicate up top. So we're just going to put our batteries in. We got the positive up, negative up, and push down, push in, just like so. It's going to display SMOK for a moment, and then I'm going to use this nice fire bar here, fire pin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to turn the device on. Skyhook. So here are our adjustment buttons. We got down and up. So this is going to start at 6 watts and go all the way up to 220 watts. So a little bit closer on the screen. We got voltage, ohms, amps, all at 0, just because we haven't identified these coils yet. We got our mode, got our PCB, which is the temperature of the actual device, pop counter. Somehow it says 5, just took this out of the box, don't know why. So yeah, up, down. It's going to indicate both batteries A and B, which is why it's labeled on the battery door. And then we're going to go into our menu, 1, 2, 3. First off, is this a new coil and or old coil? We're going to press yes, and it's actually going to pick up the everything. Ohms, once we start using it, it'll display volts of my batteries, everything like that. 1, 2, 3, mode. I'm going to go from memory mode, watt mode, temp mode, which is going to support. You could also, cool thing about this is you can set your wattage for temperature mode as well. We're just going to keep it at base 30. TC for nichrome, titanium, and stainless steel. Ran rosy to nichrome, nickel, my apology. and stainless steel, all that good stuff. So, alright, so now it is in, let's see, titanium mode. We're not going to stay on that. 1, 2, 3. Go back into modes. Already went through temperature mode. Memory mode has a few different memory modes, so you can set that to whatever you want. Also different strengths. We're going to go from soft, normal to hard on this device. That's just a ramp up rating with every other SMOK Tech device. Basically the same. So if you want it, a longer, not as hot ramp up, you're going to go with soft, and then just go upwards. I usually leave mine on hard just because I like the faster ramp up, which is where this is displayed. So for memory modes, memory 1, we're going to go, they're going to adjust themselves. You can set them to whatever you want. We're going to set it at 20 watts. Oh, look, we're at 20 watts now. Whoa, cool. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go back to mode. Skip back to wattage mode, hard, and then the H here is going to display where it is hard. Your wattage, like I said, 6 watts up to blah, 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 all the way to 220. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I like the screen on this. It's basically, like I said, just a alien, but bigger with an internal tank. So let's go through the rest of the settings. 1, 2, 3. We're going to have our puff counter to reset and adjust your puff counter. Settings to control the contrastivity of the screen, the adjustable ohms, which isn't my favorite feature, but it's there. And also for your upgradable firmware, have this nice micro USB in the front there for upgradable firmware. Firmware update, we're just going to go with no. We're not plugged into anything, so it's not going to be useful. 1, 2, 3. And so we went through puff counter settings and then power to power the device off. I usually go through this rather than just popping my batteries out. Better for the chip that way. We're going to leave it on. So we have this nice airflow. Just pull this cap off. It's going to be tight because I don't have any juice on it. Ugh. So we have, like I said, bottom airflow as well as top air airflow, which is quite nice. So it is adjustable. I usually just hold the base and screw it. So you could adjust the top airflow, not necessarily the bottom airflow. The bottom airflow is just going to go directly over the bottom airflow chamber, and it's just going to sit there and be pretty. We have our fill hole, which we'll go over that in just a minute. So this comes with some fuse claptons, stainless steel fuse claptons. This deck is a little different than most RDTAs. It just screws off still. But the entire stem here is the 510. So it goes down in here and connects directly onto that. Also have this nice window, which we'll go over again here in a little bit. That's going to show you, where your wicks are, also your juice capacity. This thing does hold 9 mils of juice, which is pretty comparable. So you just thread this back in. Gotta meet the threads properly, as always. Gotta be smarter than the device. So that is really about it about the deck. We have the wicking holes, which in comparison to various other RDTAs and or RDTA boxes, they're 2 giant wicking holes. So you can throw a huge amount of cotton in there, which is nice. Typically don't get any leaking out of mine, which is, thank God. I thought this one was going to leak a little bit more than most, but I didn't get any leaking whatsoever out of mine. So for the Velocity style deck, we have 2 grub screws on each side, and they come with the preset fuse claptons, like I said, and thank God that they know how to actually put coils in. So we do 1 lead on bottom, and then opposite side 1 lead on top, and vice versa on the opposite side. So nice carbon fiber sticker here. The contrastivity of this device, the size of this device is small. It's not huge, it's not tiny, it's not the Nugget, but it's not ginormous. I have fairly large hands and it fits just snug. So the fire bar works very well. Also, just like any other SMOK Tech device, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to lock it, put it in your pocket. Heh, rhymes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to unlock it. And again, I don't think I mentioned to get into your menu, 1, 2, 3. And that's how you get through your menu settings. And I'm just going to skip through all this. Hard, yes, all that good stuff. So, let's see, we went over the battery door. We went over the fire bar, the menu. Oh, yes, so to fill it, I will show you that right now. But on my device, because I'm not going to be filling this, there's no cotton in it or anything like that. Alright, folks, so to fill this device, we just grab this here. Boom, 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 and screw it. Alright, so there's a giant walking hole. And you just pour your juice in there. Pretty easy. I like that this has a lip on it, opposed to various other ones. The RDTA box is kind of flat. Also, that being said, I dislike it in the same sense, just because if there's any condensation right here between the RDTA, the deck, and the fill hole, it's a little bit harder to clean out unless you take the actual deck out, but it's not a huge problem. So, like I said, just pour. This guy does hold 9 mils of juice, so pretty comparable. And as you can see, that is filled to the brim. And this juice does get pretty dark pretty quick. So we'll take a look at what this looks like with some cotton in it. I also haven't rewicked this in probably 3 days. So that being said, you can rewick these ones really easily. You just pull the cotton out, and it has those 2 giant holes, so you just plop more cotton in. Pretty simple. So we're going to take this out to normal view and vape on it, talk about it a little bit more. Alright guys, we're going to vape on this, talk about it, maybe compare it to the RDTA box. So first off, you can see your juice is in there. See the base of the wicks, all that good stuff. It's, yeah, like I said, it's not a huge box compared to my, let's see, what is this? My Triad, which is a 18650. It's a little bit taller than that. It's a lot slimmer. The diameter of it is smaller, but it still fits nice and snug in the hand. And whichever way you hold it, let's see if I can get this actually on camera. So whichever way you hold it, this way, you know, your thumb can hit the switch, really just about any way you hold it. You can just squeeze the actual device itself and it'll hit that fire button. So pull off a little bit. I'm running at, let's see, my ohms is 0.31, almost 0.32. I'm running at 130 watts. My batteries are just about full. But yeah, let's get to it. Yeah, pretty good vape quality off of it. I personally close off the entire top airflow. Most of the time I will run with the other cap on it and have just the top airflow going, and then I'll turn that down even a little bit. With this all the way open, it doesn't taste like anything. I don't get any, you know, good flavor off of the airflow being wide open, so I close it quite a bit. I found myself liking the bottom airflow a bit more, so it's comparable. I've taken the stainless steel fuse claptons out of this and put some Coil Creeps coils in them, some nichrome, so not nichrome, some Kanthal, opposed to stainless steel. So it's reading kind of high, but I turn it up and get good flavor off of them. So compared to the RDTA box, it's smaller. I personally like the size of it. I really like the fire bar. That's one thing that SMOK started doing before anybody else that I really enjoyed, like the X-Cube 2. I bought mine, I don't even know how long ago, and it's still one of my favorite devices to date. So the size of it, it's a bit bigger than the Alien, but it's not too much bigger. It's a bit smaller height and width-wise from the RDTA box. I personally like the size of the RDTA box better, just because I have a little bit bigger hands than most folks. So very nice, very easy to use, very easy to navigate, pretty easy all around. There's upgradable firmware for it. I haven't upgraded mine. I'm pretty content with the 220 watts that it, you know, claims it does. I mean, it does, right? So also it is a removable drip tip. Let's see if I can do it without taking the entire cap off. It's not a standard 510. I don't know what will fit on this. I haven't tried to put anything else on it just because I like the base black. So I'm sure that there's drip tips out there on the market for it. There's also decals for it. Don't know if they're going to be making extra decks for it right now. I've only seen the Velocity style deck with it. Don't know if they're going to be doing pre-mades, but maybe in the future. You know, SMOK's pretty savvy when it comes to bringing new stuff out. So let's get one more toot. Yeah, it's nice. I like it. For an RDTA box, I quite enjoy it. It really gives you the best of both worlds and a buku of juice. So 9 mils, you're still getting, you know, dripper quality without having to constantly drip, which is phenomenal because I'm lazy and I don't like dripping all the time. So you just unscrew this cap, 15mm hole, dump your juice in there, and you're good for, I don't know, 15 mils would probably last me a couple hours at most, but yeah, it's nice. I like it. We do sell them at Front Range Vapor, so if you want to stop in, they come in a buku of colors, white and red and black, base black, also the black and red, which is pretty neat too. I was going to go with this, but I do like the white one a little bit better. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. Yeah, remember, change tastes good. Join the revolution.